5 things I struggle with in early retirement. The first one is holding a selfie stick and walking on a trail. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it is a struggle, but it's not a big one. So 5 things. Number 1, I really struggle with saying no. I have a really hard time telling people no. I just had to do that recently to a friend who asked for my help, and the time just wasn't going to work out. I had other things going on, and I had to say no. I kind of said, I can't do it now, but maybe in a couple weeks, and it was sort of time sensitive. I felt bad. I still feel bad. I feel guilty. I think just having all the free time and availability makes it hard. And time is our most valuable resource, so I keep telling myself to be aware of that, be conscientious of that. But yeah, I mean, I could be doing something productive instead of out here on a hike. Well, I guess it is productive. It's exercise and I'm getting my thoughts out. That's something I'm still struggling with. Number 2 is filling my days too full. I have all the time in the world, as I mentioned in the first one. So I am constantly trying to fill up my to-do list with all kinds of things that I think I can get done in a day. And some days I'm successful, other days things just take way longer than I expect them to. So I end up taking a lot longer, and I don't get everything crossed off my list, and it's kind of discouraging. And it shouldn't be. I should just carry them over to the next day, or tell myself that, it really doesn't matter. I think the trail has ended, or I've gone the wrong direction here. So that's number 2. I'm just still struggling with trying to fit it all in. I think that's just a side effect of finally having the ability to do so many things. You just want to do it all. Still working through that one. Number 3 is probably obvious, and a no-brainer. But change is inevitable, and that is, I guess, probably an understatement. There's so much change in everyone's lives, but for my life personally, a week after my last day, I retired in April of 2025, and I still kind of hate that word, retire. But I left the W-2 job in April of 2025. And a week later, my first granddaughter was born. So we knew she was coming, but she was 3 months early. And she spent 3 months in the ICU, or NICU rather. And then when she came home, parents needed a lot of help. Thankfully, my wife and I were able to assist quite a bit. And that really changed our lives dramatically there. For that first few months, it was getting up in the middle of the night, helping out, just navigating through all kinds of stuff. Young parents, new baby that had some minor special needs, but nothing significant. She's happy and healthy now. She's great. She's 9 months old. She's checking all the boxes as far as where she should be for a 9-month-old. So she's great. But it just threw a curveball. I had just kind of gotten into the groove while she was in the NICU with the retirement life, so to speak, and doing the things that I thought I was going to be doing. And then things took a turn when she came along. But after a couple of months, we kind of got into the swing of things, and life is a little bit more like what I would have expected it to be now. Number 4 is that there is just so much opportunity. I'm kind of like, a little bit of ADHD, because I just see so much opportunity, so many things, so many new things to see and try and do. And I guess it goes back to number 2, just always trying to fill my day, scheduling too many things, or trying to expect to get too many things done, but I just see so much opportunity to do new things, try new things, like this, for example. I started this channel in April, like a week or two after I left, and then when the baby came along, I think this is one of the things that I dropped. But then as time has gone on, I just felt like a need or a calling or desire or whatever to get back to just having these conversations with myself and sharing them, talking through things. But I just see so much interesting things that I can do with my time. And another one was running. I started running back in July of last year, ran 2 5Ks. I never ran before in my life, but I got inspired by my nephew and started running because he was in cross country. And that was just not on my radar, but it was a new opportunity that came my way, and there's been other examples of that. I also have a podcast that I never set out to have with my friend Elliot, where we talk through similar topics like I'm having here. That's called 9 to 5. I'll leave a link down below. But yeah, just so many different things that I see myself being interested in, and it's hard to pace myself. But I'm 49 now, or I'm actually 48. I'll be 49 in a couple weeks, and energy level is not what it once was, and as much as I try to take care of myself, that energy level is limited, so I have to pace myself. In fact, yesterday I spent a good deal of the day working on my daughter's car, and that was a lot of fun. I enjoy doing that kind of stuff, hands-on stuff. But now I'm paying for it a little bit. My back is sore and my body is sore, like from head to toe. Told my wife I felt like I got into a car accident or something. Shouldn't feel that way after just, working, bent over a car, under the hood and all that for a few hours, but a few hours might be just a little too long. So the fifth thing that I'm struggling with is that I still hate that word retire. I never really used it whenever I told people what was my plan in life. Whenever I was leaving the full-time work, I worked for 25 years for the same company. I started telling people as I got close, and they were asking, "What are you going to do?" All the typical questions. A lot of people thought I was just going to a different company, or I was going to continue working but just somewhere else. And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm doing all these other things." And they're like, "Oh, so you're retiring?" And it was just so hard for me to hear that or accept that or even say that word myself. I don't know why. I want to do a whole different video on that topic because I can go a little deeper on that one, but still I fumble and stumble around whenever I'm talking to people about what I do. I just actually today had a lady say, "What do you do? You left work, right? You retired?" And I said, yeah, so I do some other things. I do some handyman work and some other things, and I don't know. I just couldn't bring myself to say, yeah, I'm retired. Don't know if I'll ever be able to say that, but maybe I'll talk through that more in a different video. Anyway, I'm Josh. These are my thoughts. I've been retired now for 10 months. 9 months, actually. It's going on 10. It's been great. I highly encourage everybody to do the same or give it a shot. And if you have any thoughts or questions or suggestions or anything like that, feel free to leave me a comment. Thanks for watching.